Hello and welcome to our group call for the 24th of November. Hope you've all had a fantastic weekend. Coming off a bit of a crazy trading week, which we'll go through in a moment. So this week we're going to not have it as jam-packed as last week's call. We covered quite a bit last week. So this specific week we're going to be looking at our performance. I'll just deactivate this camera. So we'll be looking at our performance. We'll be looking at the game plan performance. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Damn it. We'll be looking at our game plan for the week ahead. So that's what we're going to be doing for the week ahead. And we're also going to look further into our updates we made to the to the baseline Wick Trader strategy. So that is something that is going to be really helpful to you guys. Some really powerful improvements to this strategy. All right, so first thing we'll do is we will switch back to the screen. So this morning this evening, we haven't had too much activity around with the signal chart. You can see we had a breakout marker left behind over there. And we're also right at the 23.5 of the 4-hour chart. So, we're at a strong level over there. Okay, so looking at our results from last week, there's been a few results shared in there. I see that Bruce had he's been using the Medina Wick Trader strategy on a fresh account that he purchased, just running the micros. So that was nice to see some results in there. Scalping, it's basically like scalping, right? Scalping the wicks on the 205, which is a decent sized baseline. So well done on that. And I see there was a few little issues last week. I think Apex had an issue, so they reset accounts, so that's good. There was definitely some weird activity during the week. I believe there was major manipulation or data issues during the week. So a few guys looking for servers, so good. A few more trades over here. So baseline wick trading, this is baseline. This is the wick trading, but using the Medina Wick Trader strategy. So look at all those different baselines that are forming over there. But still being able to actually trade that successfully, especially if you're managing the strategy, makes a huge difference to be able to, select, when the strategy is basically entering and exiting, and then going from there. So well done on that. Got some results over there. So good stuff. As far as the game plan results, I had a losing week on the game plan. So I ended up on -4.5 for the trading week. So that was the first losing week I've had in quite a long time using the game plan. But we've been having some really crazy data or stuff happening in the US. The last 3 weeks especially has been the US has really been all over the place, right? Almost starting World War III, new elections. So obviously there's no, I don't like making excuses for performance because, people can still do well. But the whole thing with the strategy analyzer and with reviewing historical data is we are trying to see what has worked in the past and what is likely to continue in the future. So when we're reviewing historical data, if the data is completely out of whack with the reality of the market, prior to then, you're going to have quite, different trading conditions completely. So when you're analyzing data for previous weeks and you're applying it for a week ahead and there's absolutely crazy things happening that week, it does affect the actual volatility and the market range as a whole. So for the week ahead, we've actually gone and changed the game plan just to focus on the most recent data, which includes all of these major ups and downs and all that. So that's what we're going to be looking at on our game plan. So we'll jump straight into the game plan itself for the week ahead. So I'll bring back the screen over here. And okay, so the game plan for the week ahead, there's the document for it. So that this has been updated. So you'll see on the game plan, we've got, just make sure you guys are on the 24th of November assembly, because that is going to get you, the latest updates that we have. We're going to be running 4 templates this week again, the 3 a.m. to 8 a.m., 9:35 to 11:20, and then 9:35 to 11. So those, and then the last one is 9:35 to 11:45. So these are the 4 templates that we're going to be running this week. So it's exactly the same size charts and the same charts we ran last week, just with a different date range being applied and different optimization values. So with the re-optimizations done, this is what you should be loading up when you see your chart. So I've obviously included the screenshot of the chart itself, the historical performance of that strategy, of those strategy settings, and I've done the same for all the templates. So you're always going to see a chart with the historical settings. So very simple to load up the game plan. The very first thing you will do is you will look at your Discord chat. So always review the Discord chat game plan, and that's going to give you that's going to tell you, the game plan is ready. You can click on the link in there, and that's obviously going to take you straight to the game plan document, which we just reviewed now. So pretty simple process, and it explains to you how to set that up. So that works extremely well. So what we'll do now is we'll look at this game plan for the week ahead. So I'll go to my control panel and I'll go to my workspaces, game plan trading week ahead. I've just loaded up the strategies on here. They're currently on my sim account, so I will convert that later. But that's basically what you'll be looking at when you load up the strategy. And we are using the baseline Wick Trader strategy this week. So we're continuing with that, which is going to be really awesome. So I'm just going to close this for now. Like I said, I have to come back and reactivate them on my other account anyway. But I wanted to close that, and I want to close that. And what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be showing you the updates that we did to the baseline Wick Trader. So workspace, let me just close this one also. Okay. And I'm actually going to connect to playback connection on this one, just so it's going to really help us. It's going to really help us, see the actual updates very clearly. So connections, playback, and I think I've only got a little bit of data in there. Yeah, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I probably couldn't pick the worst week. But that's okay. It's just for this. Okay, so we'll get that to load. So we did touch on the updates last week on the baseline Wick Trader, and these are just further enhancements to it. So one of the cool things about the baseline Wick Trader now too is you can activate the strategy whenever you want, and it's going to not have order transition issues like we've been experiencing before. So keep that in mind. You don't have to adjust the time of the strategy in advance anymore. You can actually just activate it whenever you want. So that's a really cool thing. Something I've been trying to resolve for a very long time. And it turned out to not be that complicated after all. I actually figured it out. So very good. So while that's loading, let me see if I can bring up some new charts. So we'll stick with the MNQ because that's obviously what we've got in our playback data. And let's just go with a larger bar over here, like a 40-20. Okay, perfect. Hopefully this actually works properly, because sometimes when you load playback data, it doesn't show previous data. So I wonder if that's going to be an issue here. Let me just check. Okay, looks like it's doing that. So I don't know why the hell it does that, But let me just quickly review something over here. So I've got my historical data. Let me just see which ones, what I actually have. I've got 11 to 15. Okay, so let me just go to this one and select 15. It should actually bring it up correctly. Damn it, I should have tested this thing before I started. I might have to download extra data, but let me just replay this a bit faster to see if we can. Interesting. The mysteries. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit ahead just to see if this thing refreshes. So this is 13th of November. It should be showing data. I mean, for goodness sakes. Let me just try adjust this to like a 5-minute bar. Okay, and then back to the DTB bars. Okay, so that's obviously an issue. Very odd. Okay, so I might just show this on a different bar. It does work perfectly fine. I think we just need to load extra data than what we have. But I'm going to put this on even like a 15 range bar just to show the update. So obviously you will run this on the DTB bars in real time. Okay, so I've opened up one chart. Yeah, DTB bars, you need to download the data before the trading week that you're working on, as well as the playback data you want to go for the week, for the period ahead. Okay, so let's get into this. So I'm going to load up two charts, and what I'm going to do is in the strategy settings, I'm going to go new strategy, and I'm going to add the baseline Wick Trader. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just add it with the default setting, which is 255. And always make sure when you're loading a strategy into the chart trader that you always select the days to load as 14. Okay, so when you're using the DTB bars, always do that. So in fact, any of them just load 14 days. And I'll just update this again. So we've got to select our size. And I did 15 there, right? Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go copy strategy and paste strategy. So what that's done is it's just done two of the exact same strategies, but on the second one that I'm going to do over here, I'm just going to edit it to show different settings. So 240. And I'm going to actually copy this again, and I'm going to paste it again, and I'm going to edit this one too. So if you've got multiple strategies running on multiple different accounts, and you want to have some of them running without charts, because to keep NinjaTrader running very slim, you can do that. And then what you can also do is you can load the strategy on actual trading charts too, if you want to manage them. So like there's the 255. So I'm going to leave this one as it is. Okay. And I won't activate it at this stage. So there's a 255. And like this one over here, let's go to the same strategy. And let's just go, I don't know, a different value over there. Okay, so basically what we have here is we've got multiple strategies inside the chart trader as well as on the trading chart. Okay, so looking at that, I'm just going to get this all positioned well so we can see everything. All right. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to actually activate the strategies. So I'm going to activate them. Now, these are obviously not optimized. These are just random settings that I put in place. Okay, so they're not optimized strategies at all. Okay, so basically what you would be doing is as soon as you activate the strategies, you will see that it will show started, it will show long and short, it will show resume all linked. So all of the strategies running on the chartless setup will also be activated and ready to trade. So exactly what this strategy is showing, those strategies will be doing the same. So we can now just go and let this fast forward. So we'll see, the strategies trade, enter positions, and then I will see if I can just pause it as we go. Okay, so there we go. We can see the strategies are entering positions. I didn't have the chart trader open, so that was a bit silly of me. So you'll see, all the strategies are entering and exiting positions. Okay, so they are running. And like I said, I could only show this on one account at the moment, but, when you're running multiple accounts, you will be able to have all those strategies running in the background and actually have them selected. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on the pause all linked. And as soon as I click on the one strategy pause all linked, what it's going to do is it's going to stop trading. So as you saw, it's not going to exit the positions that were open. It's going to wait for those positions to hit their stops or targets. Okay, so there the strategies are completely paused. Now, that's every single strategy, the ones running chartless and the ones on the chart. If I want to resume trading again, I can just click the resume button. Okay, now, while I'm trading, say, for example, you're running multiple different accounts, through these funded companies, and you're trading MNQ or NQ or ES on all of those strategies. I mean, you can have MNQ, NQ, ES in here. So as long as they're obviously all trading in the same direction. So you're not going to obviously trade gold with NQ in the same direction because they kind of go opposite directions. So any strategy that you're running over here, generally what you want to do is you want to be able to determine the trend of the market, right? So when you're looking at a signal chart, and one of the decisions that you can make is you can say, you know what, I only want the strategies to trade long positions. So every single strategy that is set up, I only want them to take long positions. And as you can see, the color of the button changed. So what will happen now is all of these strategies that you've got set up over here will only take long positions. So you'll see only long limit orders. And if there's a short limit order, it will ignore it, it will cancel it, but it's only going to enter long positions. So that is, what's happening there. So we'll let this continue a little bit. So you'll see the limit orders are updating there. And like I said, I'm on one playback account, but if you're running multiple accounts, it still applies to the exact same thing. Okay, you've got that. Now let's say we want to switch to short positions. So I'll just slow it down over here. So it's like we're in 40 positions now, okay? But remember, we're on one account. So if we want to switch to short positions only, we can click on the short only now. You'll see that the short only is selected, but those positions haven't been exited. Okay, so this is where you can't go and close these positions because it'll deactivate the strategies. But say, for example, the strategies that you've got running on the trading chart itself, at this very point, if you wanted to go and adjust one of these strategies, the thing is you can go and adjust the stop as long as it's on the same bar. So you'll see that if it goes to a new bar, the stops and targets will move, but you can actually adjust it on like one specific bar like that. But what I've done now is, because I've selected short only, that those specific trades will first exit. Okay, so those specific trades will first exit, And as soon as those trades have exited, the strategy is going to switch to only entering short positions, because that's the direction bias that we have selected. So, this update makes it pretty cool because, a lot of you guys might be running multiple different templates on multiple different accounts. But one of the amazing things that you can do is you can be running a signal chart that you could be watching while your strategies are running. So we're on the MNQ over here. So you've got, I'll just load this chart up over here, and I'm going to load up, I'll just slow this down a little bit. So on the latest chart we downloaded, we can go, let's load up a signal chart. So we'll go to the signal chart and we'll go to the one like show me the money, which is, where are we? So signal chart combo 5, show me the money. So you might be running a signal chart like this on a different screen. Okay, which is what you're gonna be doing. So you're going to be running a signal chart like this, and based on what you're seeing on the signal chart, I'll just move this over. It's hard to do this on one screen, man. So based on what you're seeing on the signal chart, you can say, I only want the strategy to enter short positions because that is what the signal chart is telling me, and I'm only interested in taking short positions at a specific point. So then that is there. Or you can say, I'm not comfortable with where the price is right now. So I'm just going to pause the strategy right now until I get directions from the signal chart. So, that's the benefit of being able to choose short only, long only, and all that while working with the signal chart. Now, what if you don't want, okay, sorry, let me just continue with this. So what if you specifically want one of the strategies to continue trading? Well, then you can click the start button on that individual strategy. Now, obviously doing this will only work on the specific chart that you have, enabled here. So because this is on a trading chart, you now have the opportunity or the ability to be able to control this individual strategy. So all the other strategies are paused, but you've chosen, this specific strategy I wanted to run. And then, like we've done over there, we've basically started it. And then over here, you can say, I also want to take, long positions. And you see it did change this one here, but this one's still paused, right? Only this strategy is entering because this is the only one that is started. So you could start and pause individual strategies like this. You'll see all the rest are paused except for these two over here because these ones have been started. If we want all the strategies to continue trading, we can click the resume all linked. And now every strategy in the list will start trading, and they will trade long only, short only. So there's quite a lot of control that you can have over the strategies over here. And I'm just going to monitor the chat over here in case there's any questions that come up during this. So please pop them in the group calls chat. Okay, so this is, look, I just picked random settings and the 15 and just random charts, and they're kicking ass. It's crazy. Anyway, so what if you now want to trade a chart that is not linked to other strategies? Okay, so let's have a look at that. So I'm going to go new chart, I'm going to go new chart, and I'm going to go the MNQ again. So we'll choose the MNQ. And I'm just going to load up this and see if this works. See, no, that works for some reason. Isn't that just freaking odd? The mysteries of things we have to work with. Okay, so say for example, we want to run, and this could be gold, it could be any other instrument that we want to trade, and it could even be the same instrument. Now we can actually select the strategy and we can untick the linked box. So this box over here specifically controls whether this strategy is linked to other strategies or not. So if we untick that one and say we choose like 210 or whatever setting we want to use in here, and we activate this strategy, well, I've got to make sure I don't activate this when this position's open, because it's going to stuff things up, which is exactly what it did. So make sure you don't do that. Make sure when you're activating a strategy on an account, you're not, you're not syncing it like I just did there. This is obviously for demonstration, right? But now the strategy that you have just added to that separate chart, you will see that it doesn't contain those extra buttons. So that just means that this specific strategy is completely independent of the link strategy. So you can now go and trade on this strategy and choose your direction bias, when it starts trading, when it pauses trading, and all of that. So that is a way of using the feature unlinked and also using the feature linked. So as you can see, it's pretty awesome and extremely powerful. So you've really got the ability to manage your positions beautifully, especially if you're trading multiple different templates, multiple different settings with the same strategy. So, that is what I wanted to cover on this call. And, as you can see, I'm going to just pause all these link strategies, and you'll see every single strategy now will be paused. They will stay in their positions until, they actually come out, until they stop. So you'll see any limit orders will be filled while it's in pause. Now, what if you don't want any positions to enter when you've clicked pause? Well, what you can do is you can click on the pause linked. Okay. Now you're seeing there are trades there, and that's because we've got a chart over here that is trading independently. Okay. So I'm going to just pause that one. That was the independent chart. Okay. So that one is going to continue. So all of our linked strategies are paused, but the individual one that we selected was still running. And I think I might have some sync issues because because I activated the strategy while the others were active, and I think I stuffed things up a little bit there. So you obviously don't want to do that. Okay, so say for example, you want to resume trading, and we're currently in, we'll select, that is the wrong one. I wanted to, so that is the strategy there. So say for example, you've got limit orders in play. If you don't want those limit orders to enter, all you have to do is simply X them out. But again, this will only affect the limit orders on the physical chart that you're seeing. So just be mindful of the different nuances of this. You can completely control strategies that are on charts, but the ones that are running chartless are going to respect, the resume, the pause, the long only, short only. You'll see all the linked strategies, the button content actually matches and it updates. So all these strategies running chartless are respecting the positions that you are selecting on this chart. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense. And I know a lot of you guys are using a whole lot of different accounts. And I mean, the really cool thing about this feature, which is currently only in the one strategy. So down the track, what I'm looking at doing is I'm looking at adding this pause all, resume all, long only, short only into every strategy. So say, for example, you've got the Medina Wick Trader Strategy trading. You've got the analytical strategy trading. You've got the baseline Wick Trader Strategy trading. You can get all of those strategies to be in sync with only taking long positions or only taking short positions or, pausing them all. So, it provides an amazing, provides an amazing, control center for your trading. Because obviously, if you're trading one instrument like the MNQ and the NQ, like if you're trading the MNQ, the NQ, the ES all together, you do want to make sure that, you are using your direction bias, because, our signal charts provide absolutely powerful trend management. I mean, you can see how there can be periods of extreme long trends in a specific direction. So obviously when that is the case, it'll be a good idea to say, you know what, I don't want to risk taking long positions, so I'm only going to take short positions. So, that is what this does. So it gives you amazing management of your strategies, and this will greatly improve your results, because you are working with like a cheat code. I mean, this is like a cheat code, right? Having a signal chart and then deciding, based on the signal chart or any other signal chart that you are using, whether you only want to take long positions or short positions, or if the place is hovering around a narrow range, you can take both directions. So, that is that on this strategy. Now, everything is working extremely well. So like I said, you can even see by the button clicks, that it changes. I've run this extensively on playback to make sure that, everything works as it does. So, you'll be able to run this. Now, obviously we haven't, we're running this on playback. So, when it comes to live trading, sometimes we could have brokers stuff up the orders. I mean, even when you sign up for some of these, when you activate your connection on some of these, data on these funded companies, you actually get a warning inside NinjaTrader saying, this data feed is very likely to, mess up your orders. There could be order matching at the brokerage, which often can happen. So there's a warning when you actually do that inside NinjaTrader. So we've got to be careful during real-time conditions, because remember, we're dealing with lots of limit orders. We're dealing with all different entries and exits. So we've got to keep monitoring like the realized, the unrealized, and the positions on the trading chart to make sure that everything is in sync. And we definitely don't want to have any orphaned positions over, and orphaned positions can happen when the broker mismanages the orders being received, and, it basically throws the strategy out, because instead of them closing orders and stopping trading, they've stopped trading, closed orders, and just mixed everything up, or they've mixed up the limit orders with the entry orders, and the exit orders with the entry orders. I mean, they can really stuff up sometimes, and that's just the that's just the fun part of retail trading. We're dealing with companies who don't actually care about giving us 100% accurate data and order management. So that's just what we have to deal with. But if you're able to monitor the strategies, it'll help a lot. But even just letting them run and setting up alerts to make sure that you are getting information from the strategies. Now, in some of the strategies, I do actually have an email alert system. I'll just check if I don't think it's in this specific one. So yeah, so some of the strategies, I've actually got an email alert system which sends you a email saying, this entry has exited, or this entry has happened, or, this is your current market position. So, you can get regular updates even if you're not in front of the PC. I just haven't added that into this specific strategy, but some of the strategies have. So I think if I look at like the analytical strategy one micros, I think this one may have it. So let me just check. I know a lot of them do. So let me I think this might be one of them. Emails. Where's my emails? Okay, maybe not that one. Which one did I actually add it in? I've caught myself out of sync over here. Which one's got the email? Ah, the Medina Wick Trader. So the Medina Wick Trader is, oh man, this thing's a beast, an absolute beast. So what you can do with this is, God, where is it? Email alerts. So there we go. So this one's got email alerts where it gives you an email alert if you got connection. So it first checks if you've lost connection to your data server, and it'll actually send you an email when it reconnects. So it'll send you an email when it disconnects, and then again when it reconnects. It's going to email you every X amount of minutes, like this one said 15 minutes, whether your strategy is still active and your connection is still working. And it's going to email you every 5 minutes and tell you what positions you have long and short. So this is like an email feature that I've got in this strategy. It's very easy to put this in every strategy. It's just a quick change. But I've just kept, some of the strategies slimmer. But this is a handy feature. So say, for example, you're not able to really watch the computer and, you've got your strategies running, but you still want to receive updates every X amount of minutes. You can, even if it's once an hour, you can say, you know what, every 60 minutes, send me an email to make sure that my strategies are still active. Or every 20 minutes, send me an email of what my current market exposure is, long and short. And then you'll get a very simple email telling you, these are your entries. You've got MNQ, NQ, whatever, and you're currently exposed to X amount of contracts long, X amount of contracts short, and this is your unrealized profit and loss. I mean, that's what it can do. The only thing I can't do is put a link in that email to say close positions. That I can't do that, obviously, yet. But yeah, there we go, guys. I really believe you guys are going to love this. Because, I can see this for the future too. I mean, imagine having the DTB system in a controlled trading environment where we've got 10 traders all running different charts, all different strategies, and there is a global control for, trend direction or for specific direction. Imagine having this whole entire system in a trading room where different traders are looking at signal charts, they're looking at different support and resistance levels, they're looking at different instruments, and you have all these strategies running, but in a controlled environment. Imagine the absolute power that will have. So this is one of the powerful reasons why I'm so looking forward to opening up my trading office in Dubai, where we will be, having a whole trading room of traders who will be live streaming to customers all over the world, who will be giving amazing support, to everybody. So, the vision that I have for this company and this business, and for the support that you guys are going to have, it is out of this world. And, features like this make it absolutely, it just puts it on a completely different level to anything out there, because we actually have a system over here that has so many different facets, but has the ability to have a central command. I mean, it is unbelievable. So I'm super excited about where we're going with this, and I'm super excited about the future of where DTB Traders is going. We're currently going through a bit of a rebranding too, updating our logo, updating some of our intro visits and stuff. And, that's going to be done soon. But, imagine, guys, some of you who have been with DTB Traders for a very long time, you are my VIPs, okay? And I can tell you now, when I open this office in Dubai, I'm going to fly you all out there, all my VIPs, and you're going to see firsthand what an amazing setup there is there. And then you're going to have first option into funding a localized investment account to trade strategies. I mean, VIPs all the way, man. So this is my appreciation for the guys that have been around for a while, that are sticking with the system, because let's face it, there's nothing like this existing at all. I mean, there's literally nothing. So Yeah, there we go, guys. A lot of ranting, but I've got extreme passion for what I do, and everything I'm doing, it's always with that forward vision in place. You know, where's this going to be? How's this going to be able to help people going forward? And you know, how can we scale this into a beast that can make a big difference? Guys, have an amazing trading week ahead. The game plan's updated, so we will see how this week goes. Hopefully we have a decent week. You know, if we don't, we don't, right? I'm not expecting to be profitable every single week. You know, we've got an incredible system over here which relies on accurate data, and it relies on the world not being an absolute disaster. You know, we're trying to find normality in our in our trading. So, you know, we've got the system to do it. So we've demonstrated over months and months and months and months of amazing consistency using these strategies and using the DTB system. So again, well done to all the guys who have stuck with this. You know, remember the most important thing is winners never quit and quitters never win. So stick with something that works. This works. It's pretty damn obvious. And yeah, all the awesome guys will stick around. Hey guys, have an amazing week ahead and chat soon. Cheers.